beautiful people. Today let's talk about Balance Council changes. As you all know, 40 cards have been changed, and let's discuss all of them one by one. So first is increase in points. We have Detlef van der Eretin, and I think this is a good card, but what would make a huge difference for the whole archetype of vampires would be to change this 10 points of provision into 9 points of provision. Because if you think about it, you need to meet certain expectations, and Detlef needs to be placed between two vampires in order to create 4 points of bleeding. It means that you will get in total by doing this 4 times 2 points, so it means 8 altogether. Plus this 7 points out of this, I think this is not enough for only 10 points of provision. Actually, for 9 points of provision, that would be a super strong card. Maybe it could be even it could remain as it was before at 6 points of power, but at 9 points of provision. Regarding this change, it's a small buff, but it will not be like a game changer. Jan can wait a completely unnecessary change at 6 points of power. It would be still played. Right now, it's another buff to certain archetypes, and this season Enslave got really buffed, so I think we're gonna see plenty of these decks this season. Zoltan, a very good change. I would say that for 9 points of provision, 5 points of power was totally not enough, and especially when people they were using offering, so you were spending 9 points of provision basically for nothing. So this is a very good change. Possession of Penance 13, I think Congregate this season is very strong. Not only this card got buffed, but also the whole archetype and what I mean by this is the leader ability. So I think definitely it's not only playable, but I think this 1 point of provision cost plus also a card like this, it makes a huge difference for the whole archetype. And also the other cards were already buffed the previous seasons. Karak Frigate, and this is one of the most interesting changes in the game, to be honest with you, and I would say that I need to definitely create a deck with this card because this is a very interesting card, especially if you play this with Melitele. Maybe also you can think about some other things that you can do with this, but definitely this is a card meant for Melitele archetype. Nausicaa Sergeant, this is, but just like I mentioned, always this is not the problem. It can remain like this. The real problem is the Slave Driver. Uncrate, very good change. As we all know, unfortunately, the raids plus warriors they are getting nerfed all the time. So I think at least this card got finally buffed. And to be honest with you, if you're gonna think about it, you have always Bran in your deck if you play warriors and raids. This is a veteran card, yes, and in the third round this card will create 10 points of obviously automatically on board you have 8 points, and then you will create this 2 points of damage, which in total will give you 10 points. This is a game changer. I would say definitely this card right now should be placed in every deck. Before I wouldn't say that was a strong card because it was basically like okay, 7 points of power with this 2 points of damage, but you know how it is. Sometimes it can remain, sometimes not, because maybe it will be locked. So it was only like 7 for 5, so that was basically nothing. But right now I would say this is definitely worth playing. Harpy Egg. I really agree with this change. I also created a deck with Harpy Eggs this season. This is a very interesting option for Death Wish. As we all know right now, Death Wish is not competitive. Unfortunately, after so many nerfs, this deck it's not like I would say even in tier 2, maybe you can like place it in tier 2 maximum, but it's very difficult to win anything right now with Death Wish. So this is a very good change, and right now you can play obviously not like into Death Wish with all the Araka's Queen and other cards related to this archetype like Succubus. You can just create a deck which is only like meant for Harpy Eggs and the Harpies. Slave Trader, also a very good change. A card that was not played at all. Right now, finally, it's at the sweet spot. So I think right now, if we're gonna see Frost, definitely this card will be included. at least one copy. Radovid's Royal Guard, a very good change, a card that was not used at all. Finally, we have this card in the decks. I already played against decks with this card, so I think this is a very good change. Power decrease. Seamless, in my opinion, unnecessary change. There was no point of changing this from 2 to 1. I think it should remain at 2 points. Equarax, well, definitely this card will be not played at all. So instead of nerfing the cards to a certain point that maybe it will be played, maybe not, depending on the deck, right now we will not see this card at all. Ixora, I don't know what to think about this change. For me, this is like neutral, you know, because at 7 it was unremovable. Maybe it's better that you can remove it somehow with a 6-point removal tool. So maybe it's okay. Corrupted Flaminica, I don't think that was necessary. I think they are more important cards to be changed. Operator, I completely don't agree with this card. This is a card which is meant for mem decks that gives lots of fun, and I would say it should stay where it was before, so 5 points of power plus 7 provision. Udalrik, one of these changes that is still not enough. I think this this card is very difficult. You know, this is like one of these cards that no matter what are you going to do, it will not be enough. So I would say that. It will still need most probably few more nerfs. But nerfs in this way that it's a buff regarding this card that you know, it will make this card playable. Blue stripes, yes, maybe it's better, but to be honest with you, instead of changing blue stripes, I would just focus on fall test. I would just change the provision cost of fall test, and I would just leave blue stripes as it was before. Bernacle Brawler, absolutely not necessary. 5 and 5, it was the sweet spot. I don't know why some people they are so fixated, and there are I think 3 certain cards which are basically being changed in every season, and I completely don't agree with them. Obviously, Nausicaa Sergeant, Bernacle Brawler, and also Warriors, the Highland Warriors. These are 3 cards that. When we are here right now with the Highland Warrior, actually this is the sweet spot, so it should stay exactly how it is right now. If somebody thinks that raids and warriors they are strong, I really recommend you playing with this deck, and you will see how difficult it is to win anything nowadays with this deck. Anyway, I'm going to create a deck tomorrow, so I will try to upload it. Dvin Veandra, I don't know what to think about this change, to be honest with you. Was it really necessary? I don't know. Maybe it will just like eliminate all these cancer decks from being played, so maybe it's a good change, I would say. I don't know. Demon Warship, very good change. Finally, maybe we'll see in Pirates also some other ships, so I completely agree with this. This is a nerf, which in fact is a buff. Congregate, very good change. I was also voting for this change. I don't know if it was this season, maybe the other one, but definitely I agree with this one. Enslave, I completely disagree with this change. For me, this is already cancer leader ability, plus this enhancing this, it makes absolutely zero sense. Acherontia, I don't know what was standing behind changing this into 13 points of provision. This is a very, I would say, random card. It can play and it can win you a game, or basically it's getting removed and it's not doing anything for 13 points of provision. And I think this is not the way it should be. I think that if you're paying so much provision cost, I think this card should give you something. And obviously, guys, this is impossible to play Acherontia during one turn, because as you can see, you have profit 6, but vice is 12. So even if you have, you know, guys, 3 coins in your pouch, you still have 9 that you were able to spend, and you are still missing 3. So as you can see, guys, I completely don't agree with this change. King Foltest, and this is an overspill, because not only the blue stripes were changed, but also King Foltest, and that was completely unnecessary. What I would do, I would just leave the blue stripes as they were before, and the only change would be related to King Foltest. Conjurer's Candle, another change that was completely unnecessary. I would say that if somebody wanted to nerf Syndicate, there are like more important cards that needs to be changed, but definitely that wasn't the Conjurer's Candle. Open Sesame, I mean, somebody's getting like really fixated about this one deck, which plays with Open Sesame. This is a aligned packets deck with crimes and obviously with cleaver. I don't know. I mean, right now it's from the point that this card was almost in every deck related to aligned packets. Basically, this card will disappear. And if this is the totally opposite how the balance council should look like, because it's not about like destroying the card and making this card unplayable. It's about like making some certain decks unplayable. So by like doing small changes, you are preventing people from playing certain decks. But if this is like the main card of the deck and you're trying to destroy it, I mean, it makes no sense. If you're gonna think about it, like what kind of profit do you get from this card and what is the return? I mean, I think this is actually the counter opposite what it should be done. Teleportation, I really don't know what's the point of changing cards like this. At 4 points of provision, this is the sweet spot. You are just destroying some of the archetypes that are very fun to play, especially the mem decks, so I would say that was unnecessary. Griffin, yes, very good change. I think for 5 points of provision, this is the place where it should be. When the cost of this card was 4, I think that was just simply ridiculous, because during one round you were able to create, let me say, 5 or 6 of them, and it meant that for only 4 points of provision you are able to even create let me say 30 points, which is absurd. Yes, so I think this is a very good change. Kadwani Revenant, I also agree with this change, because Kadwani at 4 points, it was like basically in every single deck, and maybe right now it's time to change the 4 provision card which is in the deck. So this Kadwani Revenant, it's super cancerous card, and sometimes people, what they tend to do, because I was playing that kind of games, once I was using Kadwani Revenant, they were even using Granty Heatwave to destroy it. So you can imagine how annoying this card is. Then Eternal Eclipse, and I completely don't agree with this card. We all know that cultists are not strong anymore, and giving a nerf to a card which is like the main card of the deck, and creating the situation in which it's the cost of this card, it's at 5 points of provision, with the deck that it's very like unlikely to win anything, because this is like a deck that you win or you lose, and you know this after round 1, because if the guy is like able to compete with you in round 1 and you're not able to win round 1 and to play a long third round, you're done. You can basically just press exit and enter, because it doesn't even make sense to play the rest of the rounds. Okay, that was the provision cost, and now the provision decrease. I really agree with this change. I think for 14 points of provision, that was too much. Right now it's the sweet spot of this card, and I hope it's gonna stay this way, so very good change. Regis also, I think for 12 points it wasn't creating that much of a difference. I think right now, especially the case is that the vampires, they need a buff, so I would say yes, this is a change that I agree with. Munro also, finally the dwarves are very strong. They are not strong, but they are very strong, and if you know how to build the deck around the cards, definitely you can win many games and get a high MMR with dwarves. Alzur, very interesting change, but this is only meant for guys mem decks, and this card still will be not, I would say, competitive. To make this card competitive, because this is very random, it would have to be at 9 points of power, even at 5 points of 5 points of power and 9 points of provision. That would be the sweet spot of this card. Water of Brokilon, a very good change. That's exactly where this card should stay. Coup de Grace, and this is like one of these changes that I completely don't know what to say, because this card is also random. It can be very good for you, or it can do nothing. And sometimes you have a, let me say, short third round, and you already know that you don't have any spy, like this spy tick on the opponent's card, and basically this card is unplayable. So to be honest with you, it's very difficult for me. But the thing is that it's an echo card, so it's getting played twice. I don't know. Maybe I would be like more for yes, but we will see how it's gonna work, because I don't have an opinion. Although I played with this card, and actually in my games it was paying off a lot. So I would say this for 9, it's a very good card. Ceres, fearless, very good change. Finally, we can create a deck in which we have a golden necker, and Ceres is included, and this is absolutely a game changer for the archetype of Ursin ritual. And I think definitely many guys, they will try to create something, and I will also try to do something about this, and we'll see how it's gonna work. Meno, a very good change. This is the thing. This is the way we should basically act. That we can play more gold cards instead of the bronze ones. Beautiful Harvest, also a very good change. I don't think that that card, the cost of it at 6 was necessary. I think 5 it's so much better. Highland Warrior, I completely agree. So these are my thoughts about the changes. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time and support. Please like, subscribe, and comment, guys. See you in the next video. And the last announcement, guys, please go to the nearest shelter and adopt a dog. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.